What is up, guys? In today's video, we are going to be spectating random players in Fortnite Zero Build, going over what I think they do well, what they could do differently, and just the state of the game right now. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like some more, and comment down below what your favorite thing is in Chapter 7 so far, because this is the first of these videos I've made in Chapter 7. Me trying to go Battlewood Boulevard this game, I guess. I might see if the portal is spawning here and see if anyone lands on that. I don't know. I haven't been to Battlewood much since the first day the season started, so I don't know if there's a lot of people that go here. Like, I would assume it would be, but you never know with Fortnite. Okay, it's a good amount of players here. But yeah, this is the first of these videos I've made in Chapter 7. So that is exciting. I get asked about it a lot early on in the season, so that's an AI. But towards the start of seasons, I try to just focus more on like topical things. And of course, the AI has like a god landing, and I think they're real. Should be a real player at this building because they were fighting. Hopefully. Thank you. We're going to be on board with Pikachu191. Spectating is weird with this like new UI change. But he snipes me. All the vending machines at this POI are next to him, but he doesn't have any gold yet, unfortunately, to be able to buy anything. But like gold is such a big deal this season. I know a lot of players are still like struggling to get shield or struggling to get ammo, and getting gold just by looting and then going to the vending machines to buy what you need solves that problem. And then also, you can buy high rarity loot there as well, potentially, depending on like what types of vending machines you get. But being able to buy like a purple pump for 1,000 gold is like very cost efficient. Like the difficulty it takes to get 1,000 gold versus like what you get out of that, I think is really good. So he knows the person is in that building. I like this player. There's like a weird bug with the gunshots audio recently, but he knows there's a person in this building right in front of him, but he's trying to just get a snipe to open the fight. He doesn't want to just like have a neutral fight. It seems like this player's not the most comfortable at fighting. They hit 150 there. Okay, nice. I was going to say, they seemed like not comfortable at all at fighting, and that's why they were like trying to play a bit more reserved. But I like that like when they heard shots behind them, they also maybe looked to get shots on that, because the guy in front of them kind of seemed to not be doing anything. And so they could maybe get those kills and get that person out of the game. And then avoid getting shot in the back too. And potentially bait that person in front of him into pushing. So like check several boxes there. It's like useful in several ways. But also a lot of players just kind of panic and tunnel vision on like the thing that's right in front of them. Especially if they're like kind of newer and scared of fighting. He could heal at the vending machine and get a big pot. So he could be full HP easily right now from the vending. But he's more concerned about like cutting off this fight. These are AI though. Thing. I'm going to be very sad if they don't use the vending machine at all, though. Get a med kit here, so that saves them 200 gold. Unfortunately, they have no mobility. But I believe there is like a crashed whiplash in the building next to them. Oh, there's a whiplash in the parking lot right in front of them as well. They get a big pot here, so they could be full health. But they're like getting shot at by that AI. Fighting around these fences is always so weird. Gonna get this kill with the AR. And one thing that kind of stresses me out about this player thus far is they seem really intent on sniping. And like the sniper can be good. And there's times where, you know, you just straight up win a fight off getting a snipe. Even though the sniper doesn't one shot to the head, it still can get so much damage in a single shot that, you know, you have a huge advantage in that fight. But they've been forcing the snipe a lot, even versus AI. And if they do this versus somebody that's good and can punish them for just like missing snipes, then it's something that can cost them. That's always like kind of the struggle of sniping, is that like it's really powerful, but also not getting too hooked on it and knowing when to put it away is important as well. He's trying to snipe this guy's toes. This is like how the sniper is so good. He has like a lot of potential upside here and then very minimal downside because he's barely showing. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any mobility, so he's not going to be able to chase this, but he's going to zip up and then probably look for more snipes. The person wingsuited away, I think. They shocked and then wingsuited. But right there, his shots were good. He hit like an opening shot on that lady and then also sniped the toes. He couldn't have really done anything when she was behind that van. Oh, she's right there. He knows. Okay. They didn't leave. I was gonna say he couldn't really do anything when they were behind that van, aside from maybe throw a bubble between them and then push that bubble. But with only 84 body damage, that first shot, it's like kind of rough to push off. It's just like slightly more than overshield. And if you can't like push immediately, then they're only really 30 HP. Nice. He sprays out the cover with his AR and then immediately swaps to the snipe and hits it. So maybe this person just struggled to hit the AI. And like low key, I don't blame them. Like trying to snipe the AI sometimes is like the biggest struggle. But versus like real players, their shots have been good. Getting shocked on again. It's just unfortunate that the person he's fighting has like all the shockwaves in the lobby and he apparently has none. Right. It's like actually so off-putting. Like it throws me off a lot when I get this bug where there's just no gunshot audio when I'm playing, but even spectating, it feels weird. There's something purple on the thing there. It's a wingsuit. Probably better than not having any mobility at all. But this is kind of the difficulty of sniping this season, is that like running 3 guns just feels bad. Like I like using just 2 guns and then double mobility, or like mobility and a cover item. But using 3 guns like this, he either has to forego heals or like not double mobility or not mobility and cover. It's like he's sacrificing something somewhere to run the sniper. It's hasn't had to make a tough choice yet in terms of like mobility, because he just hasn't gotten any mobility items. But you saw how much of a struggle that fight was initially, or the fight that he was just in, because the person had shockwaves and he just had none. Like they just kept leaving and resetting, and it's just like not much he can do about that, even when he is hitting shots. Another AI. I would like for them to just get in a car and leave this area completely, but we'll see. Or like get that wingsuit up there and leave. I'm like getting tired of watching this area. Going up onto the Battlewood mountain in front of him would actually be like really good for him, I think, because he really wants to snipe, and that is an area that kind of overlooks so much, because like like Bumpy Bay, Humble Hills, Lethal Labs, the POI he's in, this area over here, Riptides, all of it can kind of lead into there, and it's the center of this zone. So like most of those people are going to be kind of encouraged to come this way. And so sniping on that mountain could go well for him. Unfortunately, it's going to be hard for him to get kills without mobility though, because even if he hits a headshot snipe on somebody, he like can't really push out that damage. And that's why if I had to choose between single mobility, like if you wanted to run the sniper and you're choosing between running a mobility item or cover, I would just much rather have the mobility to be able to like pressure the kills, pressure the damage you get. At least has a car now to travel a little bit faster and have some mobile cover. There's some bushes up here that he kind of has to be careful of. I don't like this. I don't like looting this without checking the top of the mountain. Because as I was just saying, there's several bushes up there. And he didn't even see the top of it all. There could very easily be somebody that's about to shoot him in the back. Gets that kill. That was an AI. I assume the thing shooting at that AI was an AI. But still, not having checked the top of this mountain at all, I think is like potentially problematic. He's like a free kill if anyone's there. And he's like sniping at someone who's not really a threat to him. But I guess it's clear he hasn't been shot in the back yet. And this, if there was somebody on the mountain, they would have been like known that he was coming because he was coming in a car. So like they could have already been ready to like sneak up on him. I'm pretty sure this Juice WRLD skin is an AI, but maybe not. He's getting wingsuited on, I think. Maybe there's a wingsuit behind him. I don't know. I heard like wingsuit audio somewhere. This is kind of like what I was talking about though, with him not being able to pressure the damage he gets. He hits a body shot there, but what is he to do? Like walk right at that Juice WRLD and take damage? Now he's getting mobility on. This is really bad for him because even if he gets this kill, the juice world is there to third party. This is the first time I've seen this. I feel like all of playing this season, I haven't seen anybody use the blade as a melee item. I only see people use it in mobility. Okay, this guy's lucky the juice world didn't hop on him. I don't even really know what the person we were spectating could have done differently aside from just hit more shots, because like that fight was very winnable, especially with how hard the iron pump can hit. And this guy's 4 HP. But without having any mobility, they can't really like easily reset a fight. If they just hit more shots as this person was on their way to them, or hit harder pumps, then like maybe they could have done something there, but it's just like a weird fight and they can't reset because they don't have mobility. If that was happening to me, I would have wanted to just like shockwave away. I don't want someone just like jumping on me like that without me getting any damage on them. But he didn't have shockwaves, and that really isn't even his fault that he didn't have shockwaves. He just didn't get any this game. I don't like this person setup though. I like the iron pump plus the SMG is confusing to me. I feel like they took this SMG just because it was gold. But like this SMG can kind of fry in mid-range, or kind of close range, but it's very lacking on range. And we kind of saw that with the fight he just had versus the Juice World. The Juice World had a dead IR and almost just like 250 to 0'd him. And then also they're running the dual shotguns, which is like the premier close range shotgun, like just get in someone's face and be spammy, you know? And then they just use the sword for melee up close. This is pointless. This fight is so advantageous for the Juice World. He could just sit out in the open and just like, okay, this is what he has to do. I was gonna say, Juice World could just sit out in the open and take that fight, and he's gonna do so much more damage because he has an actual AR. Please kill him. Thank you. This should not be working. Like, as far as, like, I am a melee weapon hater, but as far as melee weapons go, I don't think the Forsaken Blade is anything special. I might just be faded because I haven't had to really play against it much. Like, I think I've had, like, 2 or 3 people try to hit me with it. But the shotguns this season are just really good. And it's, like, not insane as a melee weapon. A lot of the melee weapons we've had that were insane, I thought the most busted aspect of them was, like, the Typhoon Blade, like, slash. It wasn't really the regular melee. Or, like, the kinetic, or the, what was the bat called? The kneecapper bat? The, like, charge up of it was busted. But just, like, the regular swing was, like, it was annoying sometimes. But, like, not an auto win in fights. Please pick up those shockwaves to your left. Okay, he's just not going to take them. The SMG is not needed here. Especially, again, since he has the dual shotguns. Like, I don't understand why everyone is, like, fixated on having this SMG. There's 2 opponents remaining. He has no shield at all. I didn't realize that. I would want to be going to this vending machine and buying big pots. He has 4,000 gold. The shield is a problem he can solve. Just like questionable if you make it there, and he's not going to make it there, he said. Jeez. Kind of like what I was saying earlier when the player we were spectating was down there. Like, they just were not going to be able to play the game versus somebody up top like this if they got timing. The dead IR is so insane that not only is that a hard fight, but also it's like hard fight plus enemy getting first shot is so hard to overcome with how good the dead IR is. This guy's getting hopped on, and this is, see, like, this is what I talked about earlier when I said the guy should have just like tried to reset with mobility, but he didn't have any. This player is getting hopped on by an enemy just like creating a 50-50 fight, so they're just immediately out of there and not trying to partake in that. Because if you're, you know, decent fighter, like 50-50 like that is not what you want. You want a fight that happens on better terms. Goes no heals, which is questionable. But it is just a 1v1, so, you know, not the chance of third parties, but still a fight starting on not his terms. Even if he gets away with mobility, he might not be able to like heal and reset his HP. Enemies right in front of him. He doesn't want to shoot here though because nothing. Okay, shooting here is bad. Nothing is gonna happen with those shots. He actually gets sniped out of his bush. That's bad. But he's not gonna kill the enemy here. You're better off like keeping your element of surprise in your favor and waiting until this enemy gets to like a more exposed location, especially since they have to come to him. And now his lack of heals is a problem. I don't remember how much was left in his chug jug he dropped or whatever, but he could have bought big pots at the vending machines here, and he would be full HP right now. Could still win this, but just shooting there was so unnecessary. Guys behind him. He gets sniped again. Bubbles. This person's just gonna go zone now. I know 9 they're fighting him. I thought they were just gonna shockwave the zone. And this is what I'm talking about. No heals. This fight is never getting better for him. Like his overshield regenning is the most HP he's gonna have for this fight. And now he just has to like kind of hop on them with the autos, and maybe it'll work because the autos are really good. But that was like very much a throw on that person's end. They didn't have any mobility left, and so I guess they just ended up in an awkward spot. But I think the person who won this fight was incredibly lucky to have won that. Just that one mistake of shooting really far away almost completely cost them because they have no heals to like actually improve themselves. And that's why I'm not a fan of only carrying or like not carrying heals, but I guess that the added mobility really helped. They ended up winning, I feel like, just because of their mobility advantage. And the fact that this person ran out. But that is going to be it for this video. As always, if you guys did find this to be helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.